Have I frozen? I've frozen, innit? I've absolutely frozen. Is my ass frozen?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a great start. Anyway, welcome to the Monday Night Madness show. I can't believe, how come I'm still frozen, man? What's going on? Am I still frozen?
Yeah.
Anyway, you can hear me anyway. So yeah, just keep that image in your head anyway for the moment, man. But anyway, people, welcome to the Monday Night Madness show. I've got my boy Johnny Talks Calcio TV in the building for another one. It seems to be one of the residents on the show. You know, we turn up, you know, each and every week. None of this, you know, I can't turn up today kind of stuff. We've got to be consistent in this thing. Bro, I don't like this, man. Let me just refresh my page, man, because I don't like this.
All good. No worries whatsoever. No worries whatsoever. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's Monday going? Got a lot to get to today. Got injury talks to do.
Anyway, I'm back. Can you see me?
You're good.
Okay, sorry about that, people. So as I was saying, man, there's a lot to talk about today. Yeah, just because, you know, it's international break doesn't mean it's not Arsenal. You know, we need to talk about Arsenal. World Cup is just around the corner. I think 2-3 months, you know, you've got the World Cup. There's a lot of managers, a lot of confederations, you know, quote unquote, you know, protecting players now because it's coming closer to that date. I never believe, as a British guy, that England will ever win the World Cup again in my life. So this is nonsense. You know, I don't think, you know, collectively the team are as great as people think. I think individual, there's some good individual players, but when you look at the world and you look at, you know, the teams like Germany, the Italians, you know, the Brazilians, the French, you know, obviously some of these teams have, you know, really gone downhill throughout the years, but you still have the talent in those teams. They still have that heritage in those clubs. But we're going to get into the World Cup stuff later, man, you know, because I'm sure Gianni is very versed on, you know, obviously, you know, Italian team and all that kind of stuff. But I want to firstly, I want to talk about a player that's just come back from injury, a player that's really been disappointed within themselves this season. You know, he came out, you know, like our captain, he came out, Odegaard, he came out saying that he's really been disappointed with his season so far. There was talk of a fallout between him and Arteta and the things that Arteta said that annoyed him. But he's back, apparently. Apparently, he's back. So with saying that, with Odegaard being back, what? And I want you to break it down. Yeah, I don't want you to. I know what you. I don't know what you're gonna say, but I kind of got an idea. What are we expecting from Captain Odegaard as he's coming back? What are we expecting? I'm gonna shout the chat in a minute, people.
Nothing
at all.
What are we really expecting here? What are we really expecting him to do? What here? The better question is, what can we expect from him? Because I'm seeing the same inconsistencies from Eze as I've seen from Odegaard. What
about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we expect that.
I mean, at the end of the day, listen, the only good thing about Eze so far this season, he hasn't been consistent, but it's also shown the problems with the manager not playing him in the proper position. We've switched now more so to the 4-2-3-1, where he's been forced to play Eze further forward, whether he likes it or not, from the 4-3-3. When we play that 4-3-3, Eze is held back from creativity. He's not able to get further up the pitch to get into goal-scoring opportunities, like the one that we saw against Bayer Leverkusen, for example, or the goals that we've seen him score against Spurs. Odegaard is basically in a situation where he needs to go back to form to where he was at 2 seasons ago. He needs to get back to his goal scoring form and his creative form that he had. I don't know if the way that we've been playing is going to allow him to do that, in my personal opinion. That's going to be more so on the manager. If the manager plays a 4-2-3-1 and puts him further up the pitch and he's able to be more creative, maybe we can get lucky with him for 7 games. You know, obviously it's 7 games for the season, but for however long it is till Eze's out. But I'm not expecting much. There's not really much to go off of that he's going to come back and turn into Odegaard from 22-23 or 23-24. There's not enough evidence to show us that the way he's played that he's going to go back to that. And if he's the same old Odegaard that we've seen since he's come back, our offense is going to look even more stagnant than what it has been. So, and that's the worry.
A leopard doesn't change its stripes or spots or whatever. Sorry, whatever. The saying. Yep. And people might see it as a negative thing, but this isn't the start of the season where, you know, a player's had an injury and then they're coming back and they can get into the flow. This is squeaky bum time for us now. The next 4 games are going to be pivotal for us in terms of Champions League and the Premier League. And we don't need someone that's going to be coming back that is going to be evading tackles, that is not willing, you know, to pass the ball to Gyökeres, because I don't know, we've seen it before already, yeah? Saka's his bum chum or whatever. We can't afford the captain of Arsenal behaving like this, in this manner, you know, being scared, you know, going down injured every 2 minutes. Because if you look at the whole team and you look at the 11, these guys are walking wounded. These guys are the walking wounded.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about the injuries and stuff in a bit. But if Odegaard can look at the likes of the Declan Rice, the like of Zubimendi, yeah, who have played like crazy minutes. Apparently, Zubimendi, he's never played as many minutes of football ever in his career.
Nope.
We know why. But
yep,
Odegaard really needs to have some balls now, doesn't he? Because he will be looked at, if we bottle this, he will be looked at as one of the biggest bottlers in Arsenal's history as a captain.
Oh no, he will. No, not one of. He'll be the biggest. From this point in time, this is the biggest bottle job in history. Let's not big up Dr. Seymour, but let's not. No. Let's be honest with ourselves here. This is the biggest. If we go from where we were at walking into the League Cup final, we gave up that trophy. If we bottle this season and we walk away with nothing from where we were walking into that game against the League Cup final, this is the biggest bottle job season there is.
Is it worse than the Man United?
Brother, we've been talking about 2 trophies mandatory for him to keep his job.
Oh yeah, because of the billions that's been spent.
Exactly. That's why this is the biggest bottle job. I'm sorry. You take everything into consideration. There's been $1 billion spent with him in charge. He got everything he asked for. When you look at the scenario of the fact that against Villa, I always bring this up from last year, when we blew that 2-0 lead against Villa at home last year, when we ended up drawing them 2-2, and the injuries came out from that game, he said, we knew that we went thin this season. He purposely said that. Everybody turned around and backed him and said the whole reason why Arsenal didn't win the league was because of injuries. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He comes into this season. I think it's just under or just over $250 million was spent in this transfer window with buying players. I mean, Naughty was 50, Eze was 60, Gyökeres was 60.
Ooh.
Exactly.
So Papier is 60 or 50 around that.
Papier is 50, but comes on this year. But again,
yeah.
start tallying up the amount of money that we just spent in this past window. Everybody said we spent all this money to now have a squad big enough to fight for all 4 titles, and we have been. We have been. The
Mhm.
problem is we all said that we wanted at least 2 trophies minimum, with one of them being a major and one of them being one of the domestic cups.
Domestics.
That, at least that's what I've said, because I've said from the beginning we're not winning the Champions League. I've said that from the beginning of the season, we're not winning the Champions League, right? So we said 2 trophies mandatory. Bro, if he walks away this season with nothing, it's the biggest bottle job in history. I'm sorry. There's no way getting around it. There's no way getting around it.
Let me stop you there, Johnny, yeah? Because our fan base, most of them are quite fickle. They will cry, they will use the World Cup as, you know, a time to reflect, a time to get their thoughts, and then they will come back and they will say, and we go again. We trust in a manager. Let's go again.
They've already started that, bro. That's the whole reason why this injury excuse is starting to come around already.
So no one's questioning. No one's questioning.
People are not, bro. There's already go listen to some of the people that are already spinning it, saying that either A, Arteta is the best manager now in the world with the dark arts, recalling. A lot of people are spinning this that he's recalling players and not letting them leave.
Let me ask you a question, Johnny. Yeah.
Hmm?
Would a top manager still be getting more out of this team?
Yes. That's not even a question. Yes.
So by us, but it's not by us, by fans moaning about injuries and blaming it on injuries, don't you think that's a bit of a cop-out?
It is. 100% it is. 100% it is. I'm sorry, it is. Injuries was the excuse last year. We added however much more we added however many more players to the team. The manager has refused. Here's the other reason why injuries isn't a proper excuse anymore. The manager has refused to rotate. The manager has refused to rotate players properly.
I've heard you say this so many times.
When we look at
streams,
when
I've
we
heard
look
you
at,
say this say it so many times.
But look what here. Let's talk about Odegaard, right? Odegaard is only in this team because Arteta's the manager. Ethan Nwaneri had a falling out with this player, with Odegaard. That is the whole rumor to why Ethan Nwaneri was sent away, was because he had a falling out with Odegaard. It's not because
really.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Again, with the manager.
Shout out to Aaron Talks Arsenal. One of his last call-in shows, Lawrence, who is a longtime Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I know.
He's been Arsenal game for like 50 plus years.
Yep.
He has some friends that are close to some of the people with the youth academy and everything to do with Arsenal. His friends who have close ties to the club said, this is, and I'm just quoting what he said, that Nwaneri had a falling out with Odegaard, which is what led to Nwaneri getting loaned out. Now, big up AFC always.
Big up AFC
if that is the case, you chose Odegaard over Ethan Nwaneri when Ethan deserved to get minutes coming into this season with the way he played towards the tail end of the season last year when we called upon him. We all said at the beginning of the year we want to see Nwaneri to still get minutes, right? He chose Odegaard. Nwaneri leaves, and Nwaneri's been balling out at Marseille ever since he got there, right? He has refused, and we have said for however many weeks we've been doing this show that Lewis Skelly needs to start getting some minutes to rest Zubamendi, to give other guys rest, right? Norgard has still not played a full 90 minutes in the Premier League.
Do you think he get the FA Cup?
Well, he's going to have to now, unless this guy's an idiot. Doc, you're probably right with that. But at the end of the day, he has refused rotation for these players. When Noni Madueke scored that banger of a goal against Club Brugge, I believe it was Club Brugge in the championship.
Yeah.
We didn't see Noni for 5 games. 4 or 5 games afterwards.
See,
Ethan White here. Eze, hold on. The first game against Spurs when he ran Spurs ragged, he didn't start the next 5 games.
Why? That's the question.
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly my point. The injuries is not an excuse. Everybody cried about injuries last year because of how thin the squad was. Okay, I'll give you that. But now you can't come back and say, oh, injuries are a problem when we have the biggest squad and probably the best squad that we've had in a long time, and its injuries are piling up once again. It's on the manager at that point, bro. And talent ID is terrible. How you're not letting these young kids get minutes when they got fresh legs. I can't think of any game that Miles Lewis-Skelly has gotten more than maybe just 5 minutes to get thrown on since the Atletico game, if I'm being honest with you.
But Gianni, why is that though? The
manager's stubborn, bro. He's a stubborn manager. That's why. The manager is stubborn and has clear favorites. I didn't even have to see it. Gunnar Rican's 100%.
Managers clear favorites and will play them till they break. The ones he doesn't like, they only play. No, but every manager in football has their favorites. Carlo Ancelotti had his favorites.
Yeah,
Alex Ferguson had his favorites.
When we start talking about them guys, their favorites showed up to play. That's why the favorites got in. But guess what? Even when the favorites showed up to play, they still had to get rotated, bro. Any team you want to go down in history with to talk about, any team that's won or is successful over a period has rotations. People who don't want to say that are just ignorant to football then. Exactly.
Big up Gunnar.
Exactly. Not only when they're not on form, but again, even if they are on form, players will get a break. Maybe they'll come on for a 10-minute cameo at another game, but they got majority rest. That's what you have to do when you play this many games. He's refusing to do it, and now the games are piling up.
Is this manager crazy or something? Or me and you, we're just content creators, yeah, that love football, that played football, watch football, whatever, worn a t-shirt, whatever. But it doesn't take hear the quote. It doesn't take a genius. This is what they call him, though. They call him a genius. But surely a genius.
Is it a genius or is it because of the dollar amount? Is he a genius or is it because of the dollar amount? That's all I got to ask. You and me could be given $1 billion and start picking players all over the fucking place and probably get the same results, not winning anything.
This is another good point as well. Yeah.
Even one guy that we let go, Emil Smith Rowe, whether anybody likes it or not, walks back into this team at left wing where he was playing before. He walks in and starts at left wing over Trossard or Martinelli right now on form that these guys are in. For some reason, he won't try Jesus at the left wing, which he's better as a winger than he is a striker. Even at his time at Manchester City, he was better as a winger than he was as a striker. The manager is not, and we've complained about the system, right? We've complained about the system to get Gyökeres scoring goals. Gyökeres is still doing stuff that he's not supposed to be doing or he's not good at.
Hat trick, by the way, for Sweden the other day.
That's an uncomfortable conversation.
16 goals out of 26 shots.
Exactly.
Big up to Dr. S for that stat. I wanted to say something quickly, yeah. We got players on a lot of money. You know, the Odegaards, the Kai Havertz, on over 250 plus, whatever you want to call it.
Seven players on our roster make £200,000 a week minimum.
Seven players.
Yep. We did it. We did it on the call-in show maybe 2 days ago, maybe on Friday, or it was the one yesterday. We went over it, and it was when we tallied it up. If you take Saka, Odegaard, Havertz, Martinelli, Jesus, Trossard, and I'm forgetting who the other one is.
Oh my God, Jesus as well.
Jesus is our third highest paid player.
Oh my God. But this is okay. So this is what I want to talk about.
But to finish what I was saying, 7 players is £54.5 million a season on a salary. 7 players.
Ridiculous. And how many of those players have been injured this season and last season? About 3 or 4 players been out?
Majority of them have been injured. Majority of them have.
So
William Saliba's on 250. Odegaard's 240. Jesus is 265. Havertz is 280. Saka's at 300. Declan Rice is about to get 300 when he signs the extension.
Timber will be getting probably 200.
Timber's not even. Timber's on 90, I think, was the last time. Timber's one of our lowest paid players. Yes. 90. And here, still, his wages are getting paid by Leverkusen because he's on loan. What is Hincapié going to get? Because it's a $50 million transfer coming through the door. So that's what I'm saying. The manager's talent idea has been bad. This is why the conversation of the youth is up for sale. You know, part of the thing is that the youth can be sold for maximum profit. We were talking about this on Sammy's show. The problem is they're looking for maximum amount of profit. You're not going to make money on those massive transfers. Again, remember they were talking about Odegaard's going to go for 80 million to higher Leverkusen. Who's buying him at 80 million euros, and then you still got to negotiate down from 245,000 pounds a week? It ain't happening, bro. You ain't making no money on these guys. You got to take losses because of the massive contracts. So
Marino out as well. Marino's injured as well. I'm sure.
Marino's not playing the World Cup. He's done. He's cooked. He's not playing the World Cup because of the foot injury. He's cooked. He's cooked. So
this is probably his last World Cup, isn't it? Probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know Spain's going to produce midfielders. So at the end of the day, we're talking about a bunch of players who have been ran into the ground by the manager. I don't blame the players because the players come to big teams to want to play a lot of games. You come to England because you're going to play more games than in any other country. You have the potential to. So at the end of the day, I'm not blaming the players. I'm blaming the manager for lack of rotation. Every good team that you want to talk about has rotated. Every single good team that you've talked about is rotated. Look at here. Perfect example is Klopp with Liverpool. Look at what happened towards the tail end when they went for the quadruple and they only walked away with, I think it was the League Cup.
Yeah.
Firmino lost his starting spot as the striker. Mane was playing the striker when they got Diaz. When they went into their Champions League final, it was Mane in the middle with Salah and Diaz on the wings. But he was rotating Firmino in and out to give Mane rest or to push him out to the wing and give Diaz rest or anything else. So again, you have the players to do this. Why are you ignoring the fact to do this?
So logically, yeah, Arteta likes his players to play in different positions, but he wants to play that same player over and 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 over again until they're finished.
Yep.
And then he decides, oh, let me bring someone else who can't really play too many positions, only can play the one position. It's crazy. It's it's madness. But I wanted to press you on this one, yeah, because summer transfers, do you think Berta's going to be under a bit of pressure? Because one, we've got lots of players on 200 plus, which we've just spoken about. Shifting those players for a decent price is going to be very difficult considering their past injury records. And I know you spoke about this on previous shows when I've been with you, yeah, that we should be focusing just on a left winger, putting a large amount of money down on a left winger in the summer. Because we've got Gyökeres, and I think next season, he's going to be a much better player. We can bring in a young striker or someone like that can rotate with Gyökeres or something like that. I think we were linked to some guy called Trasoldi or whatever his name is. I don't know if you know who this player is. But do you think that there could be a situation, yeah, where Berta wants some players, but the board say no, and then Berta walks? Can that situation ever arise? Because Man City are interested, other teams, Bayern Munich are interested. Can that situation happen in the summer?
Well, Zier, shout out to Zier. Zier was on the show last night, and he says the whole Bayern Munich links is bullshit.
Oh, okay. So I dismissed that then. Okay.
It sounds like it's really down to Monaco or City, unless other teams haven't come around yet to say that they want him, right? I don't think, me personally, I don't think Berta walks. Simply because for me, I think Man City has way too much to do. City's got so many players that they got to get out. I don't think he's going to want to take on the City job, plus new manager and everything else. And plus, even though I don't think anything will happen, you still got these charges they got to figure out about and everything else with City. So I think City's more of a mess for him to go to than to staying at Arsenal. For me, the transfers are all going to depend on what happens this season. I think it depends on what happens this season, if I'm being quite honest with you. We talked about it on Sammy's show. We've talked about it on other shows. The look that Josh Kroenke gave Arteta after we came in second place at the League Cup, I think tells a story that a lot of people are uncomfortable talking about. That I think, yes, I think there's going to be a shakeup. Now, the question is what ends up happening with the shakeup and who you're getting rid of before you start bringing in players. If Arsenal is bringing in massive players, fantastic. You still got to get players out because the wage bill is absolutely insanity. If you look at Capology, that's the website I was looking at. If you look at Capology, they only have 6 guys because that's what the salary is this year. Bukayo Saka is turning into $300,000 next year, along with possibly the same thing with Declan Rice.
Yep.
And Rice is already on 240. So, and then you have the uncomfortable conversation talk that Havertz is that Arteta wants to try to get Havertz extended even because he's going down to 2. Yep. That's a talk that he's going to extend Havertz. So it's going to come down to what ends up happening this year. If Arteta wins the league, I think that there will be maybe 1 big signing and maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 signings added on top of here. And then we see what ends up happening.
So we're not going to sell no one then?
No, we'll sell some people, but I don't think it'll be as much as people would want or would hope to see.
Maybe 2, 3 out or something?
Yeah. Like for me, the easiest one you can move is Martinelli. Martinelli came for very low money. He's basically a pure profit at this point because his books have been paid. I think we only paid like what, 7 million for him, maybe 8.
Yeah,
it wasn't that much money. So Martinelli, Martinelli's 180,000 a week. You get that off the books, and if you can convince somebody to pay 25, maybe 30 million for him, if you're lucky, that's a good chunk of change that you get back from him.
But Arteta loves him though, doesn't he? Arteta loves Martinelli.
Here's the problem. He may love him, but if you don't have the money to keep going at the rate that we're going, if it's not going to make sense financially, which is part of the reason why Berta was brought in, I don't think, again, this is where there's going to be conflict of interest behind the scenes of who Arteta wants to get rid of and who Berta may have to get rid of. Again, Martinelli, for me, should be sold before Ethan Nwaneri or Lewis Skelly gets sold, in my personal opinion. Because if you're gonna need players that aren't injury prone because of what the manager's done, you're gonna need players with fresh legs. Lewis Skelly and Nwaneri got fresh legs. Same thing with Dauman. The youth cannot be touched at this point now. We need to incorporate them for minutes next year.
You know what's annoyed me though, Johnny, is that the links to MLS, no one from the club has come out and said he's not for sale or anything like that. No one's come out and denied it. So are these rumors? Do you think there's some smoke to these rumors, some truth to these rumors?
Bro, these kids are talented. They got to get minutes. They got to play. It'll force players out. And again,
we're selling to our rivals, man. What is that? What is that?
Listen, if you had to sell the youth, I wouldn't sell none of them kids within England. I'd sell all of them abroad.
Yeah,
especially not a rival, because again, we don't know what the situation is at United. Me personally, I don't think United's going to be in the same boat as they are next year, because it's one thing to play once a week as it is to play in Europe and play multiple games. So I'm not sold that United. Some of these United fans are talking about, oh, we're going to be in a race next year. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think United will be fighting for top 4 next year if they're lucky. Probably a Europa League team once they start getting everything else, unless United gets a massive amount of money dumped into them. But I just don't see that happening. So for me, I think that's why I wouldn't sell Skelly. They're trying to get Skelly for cheap. And if you look at it on the flip side for us, again, it's pure profit. So pure profit on a cheap player might go further than what you might have to take a bath on with some of these other players. But for me, I wouldn't sell none of the youth players. I'd keep them all.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
If you got to take a loss, sell Havertz for fucking 20 million.
Because when they come in for give him Havertz, innit? Man United, come and get Havertz, man. Come and get Trossard.
Here, sell him at a discount. Sell him at a discount, take the loss, because the long-term damage that's going to happen with your yearly salary is where the problem is. You know, I think a year's salary at Havertz's wages is he's like on 17 million a year. 17 million pounds a year is what? Yeah. So imagine if you get rid of him for 25 million, you also got 17 million coming off the books. It's a total transfer of 42 million. If you give me 42 million for Havertz, I'll drive that motherfucker to you, in my opinion. I'll get you out of here.
Quick one, yeah. So on to Eze, yeah. We profiled Eze as a left winger, yeah. Eze is a left winger. We brought him to play the left wing. There's so many problems and so many things I've got to talk about with Eze, yeah. We profiled him as a left winger, yeah. He came in, he had hardly any opportunities up against Odegaard. Odegaard was the man until Odegaard got injured. Then he kind of warmed up into that 10 position, got dropped again because he was played on the left in one game, just to accommodate Odegaard. And you know, he got dropped for a few games. Then he's come back into the team. You know, he scored a hat-trick against Tottenham. He's starting to look better now. You know, the goal against Leverkusen. Then he scored against Crystal Palace as well. He scored against Crystal Palace in the league as well.
He scored that goal in the FA Cup too against Mansfield.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So he's warming up now. He unfortunately picks up an injury now, and he's out for like a 4 to 6 time now.
Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks.
But there was news that said that he might be back for the Man City game. And when they say he might be back for the Man City game, do you think that this might be rushing him back?
Of course. It's a week, brother. Everybody you can think of has been rushed back.
Crazy.
Gabriel Magalhaes on the hamstring tear wasn't supposed to start the first month of football. Coming in, starting the season. A lot of people forget that he had a hamstring tear too at the end of last season. He wasn't even supposed to start. He wasn't supposed to be there for the first 3 games of the season. So at the end of the day, he's rushing players back no matter what. But this is also the problem. Again, we rush Saka back. Let's call it for what it is. We rush Saka back because everybody put their everybody threw their hats in because we weren't catching Liverpool, and we said, you know what? Well, let's rush Saka back and risk his health because there's a possibility of us winning the Champions League. Well, no, there wasn't, and Saka hasn't looked the same. Saka's first 6 to 7 games since he came back from the injury last season, he was good and was running on adrenaline. You can make a case that he was running on adrenaline. After the adrenaline gave out, Saka ain't been doing shit. He hasn't. I don't care who feels what type of way, calling him star boy and all this other nonsense. He hasn't done what he's supposed to be doing, especially when you consider the fact that we've given him the captain's armband. And since we've given him now the captain's armband since the contract extension. I mean, I'm not even a big fan in GA like that, but if we take everything considered, the guy's only scored 9 goals.
This season.
He's only scored 9 goals in all competition. He's on 40 games. 9 goals in 40 games.
That's crazy.
Only 6 assists. So for the GA merchants, that's 15 GA over 40 games. I'm sorry. First off, world class? No. Second of all, if you're looking for more goal scoring, if we need goals and everything else, this is where the conversation comes into play. He's not scoring goals. So if Saka's not scoring goals, Trossard hasn't scored goals since December. Trossard was who we were relying on through the first couple stages of the season because he was scoring goals. His goals have dried up. Martinelli's only been scoring goals in Europe. He ain't been scoring goals domestically. This is where the worry comes into play. Eze's been scoring goals and creating. And now him being hurt, you got to hope Odegaard starts creating and scoring goals. So it's a whole situation. But with Saka, man, look, he's not doing anything to light up. I mean, we were all said when you hopped on my call and show before the League Cup game, we all said if we go off, if who should start and who should be starting on form, it's a completely different 11. We all said Madueke should be starting the League Cup final on form. Mm-hmm. That speaks enough to what the problem is with these injuries. They're all the walking wounded.
It's crazy, bro. It is absolutely crazy. So when we look at the injuries, we've got quite a few injuries. I'm even hearing Martinelli he's got a bit of a calf injury. Now, are some of these injuries genuine? All of them genuine, or are there some of them tactical?
I think they're all genuine except Odegaard. I think Odegaard's injury was to protect Odegaard from being thrown under the bus for any more situations with what happened with him and Arteta. I genuinely don't believe Odegaard is hurt. If he is, I'll hold my hands up and say I got it wrong. But I genuinely think that Odegaard has been thrown to the side because Arteta has realized that he lost a body in Ethan Nwaneri because he chose Odegaard over him, because Odegaard is the quote-unquote captain of the team, and Odegaard not showing up when counted and then walking off the pitch with that little limp and everything else the last time he was playing. I think he's thrown him to the side and just said, I'm going to try to get through this season without him now. I genuinely don't think Odegaard is hurt. I think that is more of a Arteta thing. It's an ego thing, correct. He threw him under the bus when he had the chance. Remember, was it you or was it on Sammy's show when Sammy brought up that quote? I don't know if it was Sammy or you that brought the quote up, but it was basically saying that Arteta in a press conference said, I tell Odegaard to go forward, but he hasn't been doing it. It was something along those lines.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember when he said that. Yeah.
That Arteta said that in a press conference. And we all were like, well, is that Arteta using a deflection game and now blaming Odegaard for his lack of performances? Or is it a deflection because his tactics aren't working? And to that point, it was more so that the tactics weren't working and Odegaard was shit. Now he's changed the tactics to his credit, because we've been going more with the 4-2-3-1 to put Eze further forward to get more goals. And it has been working because we've been scoring goals from open play. It hasn't been only corner kicks FC like people have been trying calling us. So we have scored some goals from open play, but Odegaard, I don't think he's genuinely hurt. I think that's an ego thing with Arteta. Everybody else, I do believe, is hurt.
Yeah. In Capier, I don't know if you saw that video I posted in the group where he was running back and
looked like a hamstring.
Like a hamstring. We know, Matt. Yeah, that's a big. He's going to be out for a while then if it's a hammy, isn't it? 4 to 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Brother, the title could be done in 4 to 5 weeks. If we're being honest here, the season could be a complete shit show within 4 to 5 weeks if all these injuries are true. Because who if all these injuries are true, who are you putting? Yeah, exactly. Dr. Zemo was bringing up what I said about the Odegaard situation. Yeah, I don't think he's hurt. I think that's a mental thing and an ego thing from Arteta. I genuinely don't think he's hurt. Everybody else is hurt.
He's out the door then. Odegaard's out the door then. If it's not a hurt thing, he's out the door then.
He should be, but again, what are we selling him for? How difficult is it going to be to move him on? Again, he's 240,000 pounds a week. He's here without bonus pay with what's fixed in. Martin Ødegaard's flat rate salary is just under 12.5 million pounds a season. With bonuses, it goes up to 50. With bonuses, it's nearly 16 million on his contract when you include the bonus pay for him to hit stuff. Now, he's not going to hit the bonus pay with us, but that's how much that now you got to hope a team is going to come.
Who's going to pay for Odegaard? Man United?
Hits my point. The salaries is where the problem is. Again, look at the Aubameyang situation. Nobody was going to pay for Aubameyang because of the salary. We bought him out so we could get rid of him. But again, the Aubameyang situation's a completely different thing than this. He was being played out of position. He had a problem with the manager, with personal stuff going on. So that's not even where we're going with this. This is more of an ego thing that Arteta has to get him out because he's shown that his boy isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing anymore. So that again, but with the injuries, no, dude, we got legitimately 10 injuries. And if you look at the teams that we're playing, it's stretching us thin. Now, Trossard, I don't remember being hurt unless he got hurt during the League Cup game. So maybe Trossard could be the only other one, and maybe Martinelli could be the only other. No, Martinelli went
physical discomfort, it says.
Physical discomfort. Okay. But yeah, Trossard may be the only one that's another tactical, but the others, I generally think there's injuries there.
This ain't looking good. This ain't looking good. But look, if I show you the injury list. Sorry, I'm muting at the moment. Sorry about that. Where is it? How come I'm... This is a weird setup. Let me just do this. So these are the current injuries we have at the moment. Nkapie muscle injury, Zubimendi knee injury as well. That I think that's a genuine one. Gabriel got knee injury as well. Trossard physical discomfort. I don't know. Did he shit his pants or something? I don't know. I don't know. Madueke, it said wrist, but he
was walking around in a brace. Ain't no fucking wrist injury. He was walking around in a leg brace after the England game. Ain't no wrist injury unless it's 2 injuries and they haven't said for the other one.
Eze, half injury.
Yep.
I don't know if Timber's back yet, but he might be fit for the Southampton game. Odegaard, apparently he's back. Obviously, Mourinho's out as well. Who knows if Calafiori, your boy Calafiori, gets injured tonight as well? Because we know he's made of glass.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night. So, you know, there's no... Bro, we're in trouble right now. Are you actually confident about winning this league right now?
No.
I'm feeling a bit shaky. I've not heard no Man City injuries or anything.
Bro, because they've rotated. Cherky wasn't playing for a few games. He's rotated his players. Again, bro, what else is there? Listen, the only reason why I'm at a 52.5% in favor that we're still winning the league. And the only reason why it's at that level is because I still don't trust City. Now, if City comes back from this international break and starts blowing the doors off of teams, then that'll change.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Exactly. And look at the 4 games that we got in the Premier League. Bournemouth. Bournemouth is the first one.
Man City, Newcastle
and Fulham. Those are our next 4 games.
Fulham's not an easy game.
Those are not easy games. The next 4 games could decide everything. Now, here's the only caveat to that. City's got Chelsea. If Chelsea pull a miraculous draw and we beat Bournemouth, for me, league's done. You got your points that you need now to go forward. The league's done at that point because if
how many points are 11 points,
12. If they draw and we win, even with the game in hand, it would put us up to 12.
Right. But do you still trust that with all these players injured?
With that amount and that few games left, yes. But at this point, bro, this is the thing. We're gonna get something that we want at the end of the day. We're either gonna win or the manager is gonna be gone.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah.
That's what this is coming down to now. We either are winning some silverware and bringing some stuff home, i.e. the league, and maybe an FA Cup, but the Champions League is not happening. And if he doesn't win them, then he's going to get sacked. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
The worst thing for me, yeah, and call them soldiers or whatever you want, yeah, but Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice, they've been playing through discomfort and they still want to play for England. They still want to represent England. Do you think that sometimes the player has to say, you know what, let me just hold my horses, yeah, because we got a Premier League to win, instead of like going to a meaningful friendly that means nothing at the end of the day? Do you not think that the players also got to take a little bit of responsibility as well?
Yeah, the players need to take responsibility, but at the same time, there's too much evidence that the manager is also influencing that. I mean, did you watch the interview that Timber gave in the offseason last year? He was on some show in the Netherlands. I guess it was you're all good, brother. It was like some podcast show by some famous Dutch rappers had him on a show. Lee did the watch along for it, and yet shout out to Yasser. Yasser was translating. Yasser was translating the whole interview for him. Timber, a day before the PSG second leg, could barely walk, and he was still forcing Timber back out onto the pitch. So yes, you can blame the players as well for not having the gall or the balls to say, "Listen, man, I can't play. I'm hurt." There is that to it, but then at the flip side, then you have to wonder, with the way he's forcing guys out there, are guys doing it because they know he might bench them and they may
you lose your place. That's exactly. It.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying you are right that it is on the players to not speak up, but it's also the manager, because again, it goes back to what I said again with this manager. You bitched and moaned that you had a thin squad last year and used that as your get out of jail free card for us losing the title to Liverpool, and in the manner that we did. Again, if Liverpool didn't give up the last 3 games, we were 15 points behind Liverpool. If Liverpool would have won out, we could have potentially gone to 16, maybe 18 points, which would have been a fucking embarrassment. It was already an embarrassment enough as it was. But again, the manager came out and used that as the excuse. Oh, we went in thin. The injuries. You got the squad depth that you wanted now, and we still got all these injuries. There's only one person to look to.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Is there anything else you want to catch up on? Because I was going to do like an overrated Arsenal 11, probably an all-time overrated Arsenal 11. You up for a little bit of fun?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Chat, get involved. Okay, so let's start with the goalkeeper. So when we say overrated, yeah, do we say like someone that we thought was really good, but they weren't really that good?
Or should have never been there.
Definitely.
Or should have never been there.
So in goal. Do you know what? Let's do. I'm gonna do the big up to inconsistent. What can't I say it? Big up to you anyway, man. I know I'm tongue tied. Let's do it overrated 11. Yeah. Let's start with the goalkeeper. I'm gonna do a visual one so everyone can see it. Yeah. Where is my football thing? Here it is. Football creator. Okay, so let's start with a goalkeeper. It could be any era of the goalkeeper. So we've had a few crap goalkeepers during the years, you know. Likes of Almunia.
That you just said my pick.
Is it? What about Aaron Ramsey?
Aaron Ramsey for goal? You mean Ramsdale?
Sorry, Ramsdale. Sorry, yeah, Ramsdale.
Oh, he's not more than Almunia. He's not more than Almunia.
I mean, Almunia's got to be the worst, isn't it?
Almunia cost us the 07-08 title, man. We can blame the injury to Eduardo as much as we want. Almunia was shit in so many fucking games that season that cost us.
He's going in goal. Okay, so let's start with a right back. I'm trying to think of a right back now who's been totally Jenkinson, mate. Remember Jenkinson?
Jenkinson is there.
But he was absolutely rubbish, though, wasn't it? He was crap, wasn't he?
Well, listen, I was going to say,
overrated. Was he overrated or was he just rubbish?
He should have never been on the team. Whoa.
What's happened? What's happened to this?
He should have never been on the team.
Yeah.
There's Jenkinson. There's Bellerin. Who was the French kid that came from Lille? I think he was on the team that won the title with Hazard.
French kid? What, for Arsenal?
Yeah. He was there for only a couple of years. He was supposed to be the next hottest thing, and he never lived up to the potential.
Not Debuchy.
Yep. Debuchy. Overrated too.
Who would you... Do you know what? Debuchy started well, you know. Then he got an injury, and that was it. He just turned into shit. Yeah,
yep.
He turned into
exactly.
Shite.
Exactly.
Who would you put as a right back then? Out of those that you chose, because it's a difficult one, man.
Jenkinson,
yeah, he was dog doo-doo, wasn't he?
Hey, remember he was supposed to be the next hottest thing out of the Nordic countries, and he was dog shit.
He scored 2 own goals. I think he scored an own goal from like the halfway.
Oh, that's a shout from Dr. Seymour.
Which one?
Especially if we sell him this year, Ben White, for the amount of money we spent on him, is a shout. We spent like 40, 50 million on his ass.
50 million.
50 million. Yeah, that's an argument to me. But you know what?
He's a good player though, Ben White.
White played way better than Jenkinson ever did for the club, so I'll go with Jenkinson on that one.
And he scored a couple of decent goals as well for us as well.
I'll give
him cross the ball,
benefit of the doubt.
You know, and he's he's decent. And anyway, okay, you got the centre backs, yeah. I think so. Centre backs is crazy. So you've had the likes of Koscielny.
He's one of them.
He's definitely got to be in there because
he's one of them.
That guy, man. Oh man, he had his moments. He had his good moments, but
his good moments was scoring headers on fucking corner kicks. He'd have worked well in this team. Yeah. He'd have worked well scoring corners on this team.
Actually, let me change the kit. So Koscielny. There's good and there's shit as well. Yeah, Stepanovs. I don't know if I can put Stepanovs there.
Igor Stepanovs was just straight up shit.
Yeah, he was shit.
What's his name? I wouldn't put there because he was actually a good center back. He just didn't work out in the Premier League. Was Squillaci? Squillaci was good when he was in France.
Yeah. What about that bum? What's his name? Is it Juru?
There's Joru. There's Joru. There's also, I mean, for me, Gallus is in that conversation too. For me,
what is overrated?
I didn't think Gallus was as good as everybody hyped him up to be, but I could be wrong on that.
Hold on, Seymour. It's got to be this guy here, the German. It's got to be the German. He came over with pedigree, yeah, you know. Oh,
there's somebody else that no.
Hold on, look at this one from Dr. S.
That's who I was thinking of.
I think it's got to be him. He was.
God. You wouldn't say Mertesacker. You wouldn't say Mertesacker either, because Mertesacker was overrated too. Yeah. Mertesacker was good in Germany, and he didn't work out with us. I don't know. Mertesacker's up there too with us. I don't think he was that. I thought he was a little bit overrated for me too.
Yeah. Can you remember when what's his name? Bullied him, the guy from Chelsea. What's his name?
Oh,
what's his name?
Was it Batshuayi?
Was it Diego?
Oh, Forlan?
No, the Chelsea guy, you know, Costa.
Oh, Costa.
Costa. Yeah. That's when it was like curtain for him.
You know what? It might
but
be.
He's not the worst out of the overrated, though. He's not the worst. I think
it's between Silvestre and Mustafi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Silvestre.
Yeah, I couldn't stand him, man. He was rubbish, man.
Because same thing. He was a bench player for fucking United. We went to
Yeah, he
United
was
for a bench
rubbish, man.
player, and he just came over and was shit.
He was
Mustafi, when
rubbish.
he was at
Agent.
Valencia, he actually wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Sylvester was an agent, mate. He came over and he was dog doo-doo, man.
Yeah, he was
okay.
shit.
Left spot, left, blah, 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 can't even talk. Left back. Silvino? No, not Silvino. We've had some terrible left backs, haven't we? Are you thinking of your boy Calla? Oh my god,
He's one of them.
Dr. Seymour, man, he remembers all of these guys, man. Remember this guy?
Santos was one, but you know who I also thought was overrated? We just hyped him up. Was Kieran Gibbs. I never saw what everybody said they saw in Kieran Gibbs either. I thought he was a load of shit.
Yeah, Gibbs weren't all that at all. He was just like, hey, Lender.
Plus he was injury prone too.
Yeah.
He was injury prone too. Everybody loved him because he was here as a young kid, but I didn't see what everybody. Oh, you know who else? Kolasinac. He's another one.
Ooh.
He's another one. Everybody thought that this motherfucker was the next hottest thing from Schalke, and he was dog shit.
Yeah, he
had to change his position. He's still playing as a center. He had to switch to a center back. He's 10 times better as a center back than he is as a left back. Who the fuck
is he still playing?
He's still playing? Atalanta. He's one of Atalanta's 3 center backs. Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
But you know what? It might have to be Andre Santos, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Santos. He scored a good goal, I think, against Chelsea, and that was it. He was dog dude.
Yeah, Gibbs, Santos. You know who else? He did play good for us, and I'll give him his props, but I still didn't think he was all that. I wasn't a huge fan of Monreal like that. I thought he was I didn't think he was that great. I
thought he played better in a back three.
Yeah, when we were playing that back line of 3, I thought he was.
He wasn't the worst though. I think he was.
No, the other guys had way more shitty games than Monreal. We'll go with Santos.
Yeah, let's go with Santos. Okay, what are we playing? A 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1? What are we doing here?
Ooh,
what formation do you want to go with?
I don't know. That's a good fucking question. I'm trying to run down all the people I'm thinking of that are overrated. Let's stick with the 4-3-3. No, 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're going into DM territory now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Dr. S has put 4-5-1.
Yeah, you could do 4-5-1.
I'm just trying to think of the DMs some of the rubbish DMs we've had.
A million of them.
Have we?
El Neni. Francis Coquelin, you can say was overrated, but Coquelin then goes on and wins the Europa League with fucking
Valencia.
with Unai Emery at Villarreal. So,
Villarreal,
so I don't know if Coquelin goes in there, but El Neni stayed for way too damn long.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yep.
Man, some of these players are shit as well. Denilson, was he overrated or was he just shit? What about Arteta?
Yeah, actually, there's your fucking 6 right there. Is Arteta?
Yeah, let's put Arteta in there, mate. Cry as much as you want. I don't care. He was the crab, Mr. Crab.
That is true. That is true, Doc. Benacer and Coquelin really weren't given a fair chance at Arsenal. That is true.
Yep.
That is true. That is true. Arteta's there.
Who's the 8? It's hard to think of 8s, man.
You know what? Because actually, Arteta should be put in the 8. The 6, because he's not a 6, and we played him there for so long, which made him overrated, was Xhaka. Because granted, Xhaka was never a defensive midfielder, even at his time at Gladbach when we got him.
Yeah.
So I would put Granit Xhaka in the 6 because we played him in that position for so long and it never worked out. So I put Xhaka in the 6. Arteta is one of the number 8s.
But was Xhaka the worst DM that we've had, or the most, overrated DM that we had? Well, we weren't a DM, obviously, but
that's exactly why we got him as a DM. Remember when we bought Xhaka? Remember what everybody said? He's got a shot from 30 yards out. He's big. He's physical. He's he's the Abu Dhabi that we never got. Right? That's exactly what the fuck they said. That's actually a good shout for the midfield. Is Xhaka in the 6, Odegaard and Arteta in the 8s. It's not a bad shout, for being honest.
Let's put Xhaka in there then, man. Xhaka.
Because remember, Xhaka at Gladbach, he played in a 3-4-3 when we got him. He was allowed to move further forward. They had him, and they had the trying to remember the other German kid that they had in the midfield there.
Which team was that?
Gladbach. We got him from Borussia Mönchengladbach. They were playing a 3-4-3 at the time when we got him. He wasn't even playing in a 3. That's why it was funny. That's why I'm saying he's the most overrated 6. No, Neuhaus was recent, Doc. It's before that. It's fuck. Hold on. Let me look. Because they had that one German kid, that Christoph Kramer, was one of the defensive midfielders they had, but him and Xhaka would rotate in for one another. Because he came from Switzerland. I think he came from Basel.
Yeah, that's correct.
Gladbach 2015, 2016. I don't even remember some. Oh, that he was super young. Gibril Sal. He's with Sevilla now.
Yeah.
The other him, and then this German guy. They had Mahmoud Dahoud as well.
Oh, they had him as well, yeah?
Yeah. They had him as well. They had a good team, man. Gladbach for those years had a decent team. They had what's his name's younger brother too. Aiden Hazard's younger brother.
Forden. Was it Forden? Yeah,
Forden.
Forden. Yeah.
Mm.
Who's going in the 10 spot for you? Think about the 10s that we've had over. You had Ozils, the likes of Ozil, Odegaards.
See, I don't think Ozil's overrated. I think the game passed him by.
Yeah,
I think big up Gary. Big up Gary.
Yeah, big up Gary.
I think. See, the thing with Ozil for me, I think Ozil and who's the Colombian kid? I think Ozil and James Rodriguez were the last of their kind. Yeah. As far as that old school number 10 that could just float, didn't have to do a lot of defensive work or anything like that. I think the game just passed them by. I don't think they were overrated. Man, it's got to be Odegaard. It's got to be Odegaard. Are you here? Who's more overrated, Odegaard or Fabio Vieira is a good one? Fabio Vieira is a good one.
Yeah, he came in. Fabio Vieira came in with
bro, we chose him over Vitinha. We chose him over Vitinha in that Porto team.
That's embarrassing, bro.
Like,
get in there then. These are quite modern players, though, aren't they? There's not been no one worse than Vieira. No, Vieira's terrible, isn't it?
Vieira's shit.
Yeah.
Here, look. Jack Wilshere had the ability. He just didn't give a fuck. He didn't train the way he should have. Ramsey got bounced around into so many different positions, so he's not going to go there.
Yeah.
Plus, Ramsey, when he was healthy, was a good fucking player. It's not his fault that we were stupid to the point to where we never got a defensive player to actually play that position properly and help him in the midfield. So it's got to be Odegaard. It's got to be. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because, remember, everybody hyped him up that he was the Norwegian wonder kid. He's come out of Real Madrid. He played at Sociedad and all that hype around him. Nah, man, he's right. It does have to be Odegaard.
Yeah, let's get Odegaard in there. People are going to be crying, but we don't care.
Because here, the other person who we signed as a 10 in the recent times is Ceballos. Ceballos lived up to whatever was asked of him at the time.
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
Oh, look at his time at Real Madrid. He's been good at Real Madrid for when they called upon him.
And you know the worst thing about this journey, yeah, is that Odegaard, he scored 15 in a season, and he totally fooled us. So I've heard content creators call him world class and all this kind of stuff. So that to me just tells me he's purely overrated.
Yeah, bro.
You know.
Yeah, bro. He's shit.
Oh wow. Oh, hold on. Who's going up front then?
Havertz.
Oh, we haven't had any worse strikers than Havertz in our history. Bentner.
Hey, Bentner might put away chances more than Odegaard than Havertz in this team.
It's true, you know. What about what's his name? That guy, that black guy, the tall guy. What's his Sanogo?
Oh
Sanogo.
yeah,
He was
shit.
But he scored a hat.
Could you make the argument Giroud as well? Because if you really look at it, Arsenal is Giroud's worst time. We sell Giroud to Chelsea. Giroud helps Chelsea win the fucking Europa League with Saudi.
But wasn't Giroud decent at his French club? He played for Marseille, didn't he?
Montpellier. He won the fucking league with them. That's what I mean. We brought Giroud. Remember, Giroud. Was it Giroud, Cazorla, and Podolski were the three guys that we bought after we sold Robin Van Persie?
Yeah.
Was that all the same?
I don't know if it was all the same at the same time. Oi, Francis Jeffers. You remember him from Everton?
Yeah. Yeah, Jeffers is up there too. Yeah, Jeffers is up there too.
Oh my God.
That's a shout too. At Shamak. That was the other one I was thinking. Shamak.
I think it might be Shamak, you know.
Yeah. It might have to be. It might be Shamak. You know what? We might have to play a 4-4-2 with a diamond midfield and go with two strikers.
Mate, Shamak was rubbish, mate.
Yeah, he was.
And that hairstyle, that quiff as well, really like. Yeah, but none of these players.
It's the flip side of it.
Yes.
And if we're honest,
but is he a striker though? He's not, is he?
Havertz's best position. Again, same thing with what we said about James Rodriguez and Ozil, that the game passed him by. Havertz to me gives me more vibes that he's one of those secondary strikers, number 10s, than he is as an actual out-and-out striker. Yeah. Like Havertz, if you go back and look at how Leverkusen played when he had those good years at Leverkusen, he was more as a secondary striker, not as everything was on him.
Yeah.
So I think when you look at it with the price tag and everything, I think
go on.
No, I would go Arteta, Odegaard, Xhaka, put fucking Havertz at the 10, and then you can go Shamak, and then you can go Sanogo as the other striker.
He was absolutely.
And here's the funny thing: we're leaving out some shit wingers because Gervinho was dog shit with us.
Oh my God, that's a name, man! The headband and everything.
Mm-hmm. The original Naughty Boy.
Can I say something? Can I say something really controversial?
What?
I think Saka's overrated. How about that?
You're not wrong. For the level that people put him on, he is overrated. For the level that people put him on to try to say he's world class and everything else, he is overrated, 100%.
Yeah, I was Jacobson rated. Yeah, no one rated him. Yeah, it's true. You know, it's true. I think that needs to change. Let's change him for Bellerin. Yeah, because Bellerin was this speed merchant, wasn't he?
Yep.
That had so much potential with the ponytail.
Yep.
But he couldn't defend. He was rubbish. I mean,
the same thing. He was better to what you said about Monreal when he was better when we played the back line of 3. It was the same thing with Bellerin.
Yeah.
When Bellerin was in that back line at 3, he was better because he had that ability to go forward.
Let's pick like 5 subs and we're out of here, yeah? Because I need to go and do a couple of things. So 5 subs.
Gervinho's one of them.
I'll put him in red. Gervinho, yeah.
Gervinho's one of them.
Denilson. But he was
Denilson to be in there.
Who? Denilson.
Denilson. You know who else?
You've had some really bad players in it.
Walcott.
Walcott.
Theo Walcott was overrated as fuck.
But he's part of the 100. Yeah, but he was overrated though, isn't it?
The injuries cost Theo Walcott a very good career.
2 more.
Here, if it wasn't for Walcott's injuries, he doesn't go to Southampton. He stays with us.
When we bought that Benayoun as well from Chelsea, but was he on loan?
I think Benayoun was on loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all right. He had like maybe 2-3 good
Juru, yeah, Juru was
Joru could go into this.
Yeah. Part too young as well, you know. There's
Nicolas Pepe I wouldn't put in there.
No. I thought he was decent.
Yeah.
I thought he was decent.
Look at what he's doing. Look at what he's doing at Villarreal right now.
Yeah, I know.
And he was good when what was the Turkish team that he played for?
Match.
Trabzonspor. Okay. Yeah, he played for them and was good too. And he was good at Lille. I'm not putting Pepe in that. I thought Pepe was misused by Arteta.
Who's the last guy? Do you know what? I'm gonna find someone. Yeah, I'm gonna find someone that's really rubbish.
Mustafi.
He should be in. He should be in there, man. He should definitely be in there. What about Ranison? Remember Ranison, the goalkeeper? Who's the one that broke his back? What's his name?
Oh yeah. No, who was the Colombian? He was shit too, and you guys ended up selling him to fucking Napoli.
Who's that?
Ospina.
I liked Ospina, you know.
He was dog shit.
Didn't you like Ospina? He made some good saves, you know.
He made some good saves. He might have made some. Oh no, who's the Swedish midfielder? I think we got him from Lyon. That's it. Kallstrom.
Tim Kallstrom.
Yep. Did we get him from Lyon or did we sell him to Lyon after he didn't work out with us?
I don't know, but I know he came to our club with a broken back.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's crazy. People, it's been a good one, man. Hour and 15 minutes. What you got coming up, Johnny?
I have the World Cup qualifier preview, and it's a call-in show. It's World Cup qualifier previews, and then just same thing, basic talk on Arsenal and Napoli, and yeah. So if you're free a little later on, if you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to.
What time is it?
I might start a little earlier. Yeah. Probably like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I might pop down, man. I'm gonna have something to eat and all that.
That was it. Spartak. He went to Russia after Lyon. Yep. That was it. No, he was on Lyon. He was on that Lyon team for a few years when they were kicking everybody's ass in France. He was awesome when he was with Lyon. And then how we bought a player with a broken back is so typical Arsenal. It's not even funny.
Who was the manager at that time? Was it Wenger? Is Wenger, wasn't it?
It was Wenger. It was Wenger.
He just saw a cheap deal and he just said, "Yeah, let me get in there."
He was a good player, though. If you go by what he did, he was a good player.
Yeah,
he was a very talented player.
Didn't he play in the World Cup, Kallstrom? He played in the World Cup, didn't he, Kallstrom, innit?
I think so.
What do you think of?
He was with Lyon for like 6 years.
Wow.
He was with Lyon for the last 2 league titles, and then for all the what if seasons that they had afterwards.
Yeah.
He was a good player. He was a damn good player back in the day.
Kim Kallstrom. Yeah, man. But people, man. Yeah, it's been a good one today. Bit of banter at the end. Monday night.
What do you think? Hold on, I'm not letting you off the hook.
Yeah, go on.
What's your percentage meter that you still think will win in the league? Everything going on here with the
injuries and stuff. As you said, yeah, it's that Bournemouth game. Whatever happens in that Bournemouth game and that Chelsea game, because the thing is, yeah, no matter what happens, if City win that Chelsea game, it's now who can stop them, basically, who can draw with them, and it will go down and down and down, and City will get better and better and better, having that belief as well. So, bro, you know what, man? I think you were 52% or something. I think I'm about 50% now. I think I'm back down to 50%.
The only good news for us is they play Villa in their last run-in. If it comes
down, but Villa might just be
Villa. Hey, you can't. They're fighting for Champions League to make sure they stay in there. They're in 4th now. Liverpool. Okay. Remember, even with the 5th coefficient, Chelsea's 1 point behind Liverpool. They're playing for the 5th. And if Villa gets dragged into that mix-up, now it's 3 teams battling. That's the only good thing for us is that happens. Now, if it...
Yeah, but sorry to fin your argument. Chelsea are in this... Their manager now, they don't believe in this manager.
100%. I was just going to say, that's the only thing that doesn't go our way is what's going on with Chelsea.
Yeah.
So...
And they're not doing us no favors. Chelsea don't want to do us no favors. So I don't know.
They don't want to do us any favors, but you know what the weird thing is? Chelsea, for some reason, no matter what the form is, they always end up screwing us somehow. Yeah. So but the only thing for me with the City-Chelsea game, it's the manner and the way City win. If City come out guns blazing and blow the doors off of Chelsea, my percentage is going to start going down.
Yeah.
If it's a cagey 1-0, 2-1 victory that City just squeak by, then I'm still going to stay in my more positive side that we pull this off because I don't trust City's form. That's the only thing going for us. But again, it goes back on the manager. £1 billion spent, and we're still hoping other teams do the business for us.
And those teams and those games that we drop points, Forest.
Season be over right now, brother. Season be over right now.
Yep.
As many people like to play this whole, there's no easy games in the Premier League and all this shit. Brother, we've seen for the last however many seasons of City and Liverpool fighting for the league, how many times have they blown the doors off of the bad teams and make examples of them that they're winning the league? We haven't done it. That's the problem with us. We never show up when we're supposed to. And people, it's a running in this. Brother, if you can't trust this team midway through the season, what makes you think you're going to trust them in crunch time when the lights shine even brighter than what they already are? And again, to the point of what you said about Odegaard, we're hoping for people to do stuff they haven't done, and they've been here for time and haven't done it. So I don't know. Odegaard's either going to be the greatest comeback story of all time in Arsenal history.
Can you imagine that? Can you? Oh, I can't, but that'd be crazy, man. Odegaard bags a brace against City at the Etihad. Can you believe it? Shaves his hair off and everything, skinhead and all that, looking crazy. You couldn't write these stories, man. Do you know what I mean? But listen, I have to go, because I've got things to do, my friend. Listen, people, big up to yourself. Make sure you go and head on over to Johnny's in about 45 minutes time. And make sure you go and show me full support and all of that. But listen, people, Monday Night Madness is where we get crazy. Peace. We out.